Let me help you understand what you're supposed to be doing in your isolation season. You gotta pick up the pieces. You gotta pick up the pieces. Y'all remember that episode on Martin? Hey y'all, it's your girl Miss Wright, and I am going to explain to you what you should be doing in your isolation season, okay? You can do this even when you ain't in isolation season. Some people like to stay in isolation season forever. It's up to you. You need to ask God to lead you on when you're supposed to be in isolation season and exactly what part of this message is for you. Now listen, you can lie to yourself, but you can't lie to the Most High. So be real and understand where you at and let your inner Holy Spirit lead you to what you should be doing during this season. All right? That is how you build trust with the Holy Spirit, by asking it to lead you and guide you and then doing what it tells you to do. Okay? Let's get that out the way. So first things first, we got to get reconnected back with our spirituality. It's going to take the Holy Spirit on the inside of you to guide you. And if you're not listening, you'll prolong the period in isolation. Remember, you can't speed up the process, but you can definitely slow it down, okay? We don't need no more delays in this season. We want you to pick up your bed and walk. As a matter of fact, I want you to be a passenger princess or passenger prince on this journey, because God is about to take the wheel and you are about to go on a journey of the life you ain't never experienced. All right? Get in the car, strap up your seatbelt, and let's ride. It's time for you to ride with God. Boy, we had a time last night. Woo, boy, we had a time. That's what this journey is all about. Having a time of your life with God. Not just the time of last night, but a time of your life. So everything from this day forward should only be love and joy from you with peace. Okay? No more struggle love. No more struggle pain. No more struggling at all. No more worries, fear, doubt, none of that. You have to fully entrust your trust into the Holy Spirit and into the Holy Most High God. All right? Nah, I know some of y'all done did that for a few men and women out there. So if you could do it to that level of degree for them, I know you can do it for God too, because He will never leave you or forsake you. Let me mosey on back down to my yard, because I'm telling my business too, okay? Number 2, we have to self-reflect during this season. So the things you want to self-reflect on during this season include your journey, your purpose, your strengths, your weaknesses, your aspirations. I call it clear vision, because you're going to become fully aware of yourself. That's taking accountability. That's having your foot on your own neck, okay? Being consciously aware of everything you do, whether it's crazy or whether it's righteous. But the reason you're becoming aware of yourself so much in this season is because if you are presented with something in this season that is triggering you, it's time for you to correct it. That's a test that you haven't been passing, and it's time to pass the test. Number 3, your mental and emotional well-being. You have to find ways to improve your mental and emotional well-being. And that don't always mean going to find a counselor and seeking out therapy help or whatever, because remember, the Holy Spirit is your guide. So you have to be led into where you need to go. Now, I ain't no psychologist, psychiatrist, or nothing like that. I don't have no degrees in that. I'm just sharing with you my experience. And you can take these tools and use as you please to help you on your journey. And I'm quite sure that there are more people out there that can vouch and say that this has helped them on their journey as well. But it's totally up to you. So some ways that you can improve your mental and emotional well-being includes the following: meditation, praying, journaling, learning how to fast. If you need counseling, seeking help from mentors, surrounding yourself around people who will lift you up, whether it's online or offline, but you have to get connected to something that is going to help your well-being, even if it's practicing the mindfulness, just as we said, which is being consciously aware every single moment you realize that you're not conscious about a decision that you made. You have to say, oh, let me think about this. A lot of times we just move without thinking. So it's important that you react after you think instead of thinking after you react. And remember, once again, Ask the Holy Spirit to lead you and guide you to where you're supposed to be in this season. Ask him what you're supposed to be doing. Ask for the Holy Spirit's direction into what you should be doing. But don't blame the Holy Spirit if you're not taking action on your part. That's your fault. That's your fault. Number 4, rest and rejuvenation. Rest don't always include sleeping. Even though you need a proper amount of sleep, resting is simply just making sure you bring your mind back to the present moment. You want to be here, focused on the present moment at all times. You want to turn your brain off at night when it's time to go to sleep. Let go of the worries and the cares of the world, the anxiety. You're recycling old habits, old thought patterns, and it's producing old habits. So during this season, you want to begin to get some rest and rejuvenation so that you can put your mind back into the present moment. A great book I always like to acknowledge for the people who want to focus on being in the presence of now is called The Power of Now. And I believe that's by Eckhart Tolle, I believe. No partnership with him, okay? But it's a good book. It helped me to realize that my mind was going far out left and I had to bring it back home and get seated back in my soul. So if you find your thoughts wandering in the future or the past, bring it on back to the present. Number 5, get creative and innovative, all right? This that time period where you're supposed to be thinking of new creative ideas that God has planted on the inside of you. Write the vision, make it plain, right? You're supposed to be cultivating creativity, exploring new ideas, and innovative solutions to existing problems. We're no longer going to be focused on the problem. It's time to focus on the solution. How can I pull myself up out of here? Oh, y'all, we're going to pick up the pieces. We got to pick up the pieces. Number 6, training and improvement. Dedicate this time to hone in on your skills, master your abilities, clean up any backlog that you know you had supposed to been done when you was out there in the world and wasn't paying attention and focused. When you wasn't focused on your personal business, that stuff right there. But also acquiring the knowledge that is relevant to your calling or mission, okay? And number 7, preparation. Anticipate future tasks or challenges by preparing strategically. This could include the following: creating plans, developing strategies, and strengthening alliances for your journey. Now, I want you to listen here closely. I want you to take the limits off of God. Don't put God inside of no box because it's no limits. Don't focus on the how or the when. Because listen, you could have an idea from 2013 that's just now ready for today. Sometimes God gives you things that are for the future. It all depends on where you are. So don't put no time on God. Don't put God in no box and say he not coming through because it's not making sense to you. You really have to get out of that ego and start walking in the spirit that everything is working out divinely for your good, for your protection, and it's in direct alignment with the season that is supposed to come in. Now, the only thing that can stop it is you. And that's by delaying it, not taking action, doing what you're supposed to be doing on your part. Don't expect the plans that you have written down during this season to come exactly how you expect it, because God is an ever-moving God, and sometimes he got to re-strategize during the process. That's why he never really gives us the full strategy at once, because the enemy is still out there, and the enemy may try to come up and do something like whoop, 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 and God got to, y'all know them basketball plays. I don't know much about them, but you know how you got to he got to watch how the enemy gonna move so he can know how to make his next move. That's pretty much how it is. So as long as you keep a pure heart and as long as you are willing, you will succeed during your isolation period. Remember, this is a process that can't be rushed. So detach from your ego and walk in the spirit. Forgive yourself as often as you have to. Remember, you are a spirit being having a human experience. So it's okay to make mistakes. Just get back up, dust yourself off, and keep going forward. Don't look back. Until next time, let's grow.